Hello, everyone, and today we have another top 10s in sports. Today we're going to look at the top 10 most valuable sports franchises according to Forbes. Now, Forbes actually did their top 50 sports franchises, and the list was dominated by NFL teams. 29 of the 32 NFL teams landed in the top 50. The only three that failed to make the list were the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, and Detroit Lions. Today we will look at the top 10 though. There'll actually be 11 because two teams are tied for 10th, starting with the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins, according to Forbes, their value is $3.1 billion. That is up 5% from last year. This is a team that won the Super Bowls during the 1982, 1987, and 1991 seasons. They haven't even made a conference championship since, so you can't really say they've been all too competitive in recent years, but they're still a beloved team in the Washington, D.C., Maryland area, and they fall in the top 10, tied for 10th. Tied for 10th with them is the Golden State Warriors, also valued at $3.1 billion. That is up 19% from last year, and they've skyrocketed up the list due to their recent success. They've won 3 of the last 4 titles. They've won the last 2. The only one they didn't win in the last 4, they made the finals, lost to the Cavs, but they set an NBA record with 73 regular season wins, going 73-9. Right now they land tied for 10th, $3.1 billion. Coming in at number 8 is the New York Giants. The New York Giants, according to Forbes, are worth $3.3 billion. They're actually tied for 8th. I'm sorry. That is up 6% from last year. This is a team that has won 2 Super Bowls in the recent memory. 2011, 2007 seasons, they were Super Bowl champs. They've been a historic franchise over the years. Going back to the 90s when they had Phil Simms and Lawrence Taylor to today. They're still, a very relevant team, as shown winning 2 recent Super Bowls. Eli Manning's been one of the more popular players in the league. Saquon Barkley, drafted 2nd overall, could also become, one of the most known players in the league if he lives up to what is expected of him at running back. Tied for 8th with the Giants is the Los Angeles Lakers of the NBA, also worth $3.3 billion. That is up 10% from last year. Easily one of the most historic NBA franchises, as evidenced by their 16 NBA championships. So many historic players throughout the years. More recently, Kobe and Shaq. Go back a decade or two to guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson. Further back, Wilt Chamberlain. Even further back, George Mike and Jerry West. So many superstar Hall of Fame players in their franchise. Of course, they also added another one recently, which may make them move up the list next year, that being LeBron James. Coming in at number 7 is the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are worth $3.6 billion. According to Forbes, that is up 9% from last year. This is a NBA franchise that hasn't won the NBA title since 1973. But, part of their allure is playing in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. So despite the incompetence of James Dolan as their owner, they continuously sell out. Their fans are about as diehard as they come. So hopefully for that franchise, they do win a title. But, they're still number 1 in the NBA as well at $3.6 billion according to Forbes. Number 6 on the list is the New England Patriots. They're also the second highest in the NFL. Their worth, according to Forbes, is $3.7 billion. That's up 9% from last year. This is a team that won Super Bowls in the 2001, 2003, 2004, 2014, 2016 seasons. Also made the Super Bowl in the 2007, 2011, and 2017 seasons. Of course, they have Tom Brady at quarterback, probably the most recognizable player in football, almost all sports as well. The Patriots have moved far up this list, in the past decade or so. Number 5, and the highest ranking baseball team, the New York Yankees, according to Forbes, worth $4 billion. That is up 8% from last year. No surprise that they are number one amongst Major League Baseball teams. Anywhere you go, you see people wearing Yankees caps, even in foreign countries. This is a team that's won 27 World Series championships in their history, easily surpassing any other team in baseball. So no surprise that they land in the top 5. Number 4 is FC Barcelona. They, according to Forbes, are worth $4.064 billion. That is up 12% from last year. And, this is a team that could possibly move up the list, in the near future. They have a renovated stadium that should be completed in about 4 years. Once that happens, there is a fairly good chance that they may become even more valuable. Number 3 on the list is Real Madrid. Real Madrid, according to Forbes, is worth $4.09 billion. That is up 14% from last year. Their revenue for the 2016-17 season was an astronomical $735 million. Have major sponsors in Adidas and Audi. That is why they landed third. Just ahead of them, another soccer team, Manchester United, $4.123 billion, coming in at second, up 12% from last year. Their revenue was slightly higher than Real Madrid's at $737 million in the 2016-17 season. Huge sponsorship deals with Nike and Chevrolet put them in the runner-up spot, only behind the Dallas Cowboys. For the third straight year, the Dallas Cowboys have topped Forbes' most valuable sports franchises list. They checked in at $4.8 billion. That's up 14% from last year. Keeps going up since Jerry Jones built the huge AT&T Stadium, which opened in 2009, often referred to as America's team. So, despite the fact that they haven't won a Super Bowl since the 1995 season, they still check in at number 1 for the third straight year. That'll do it for today's top 10 list. Please like and subscribe for many more top 10 lists in the future.